So Gryan, how's it been back at pre-season?
Yeah, I've only done 2 days, but it's always that exciting time of year where you get back to Australia after your holidays and you just want to get back into a routine and get back into it, having a purpose. So I'm excited to be back and excited to attack 2026 again with some new faces.
Where did you get away to?
I ticked half the world off, so I went to, started in Vietnam, then over to Hong Kong, then came back to Australia, then went over to Canada and then finished in Hawaii. So random, and I don't think anyone else has done that process of countries in a row, but it was a great little course that I did.
It's 9 weeks since the grand final. Does it still consume your thoughts, or have you been able to compartmentalise it over that period to move on from it?
It does in Australia. So when I got away, I was able to freshen up and do training and not really think about it. Then I came back to a wedding and saw all my teammates, so we kind of recapped it a fair bit over in Queensland, and then went away again and came back, and now it did hit me kind of yesterday or the day before when I got back into training, but I think I'm okay, and I think all the boys are okay to go again, so we'll be fine.
It's a cliche that it provides a spurt. Does it provide a spurt, or is that just something we like to use in the media as a phrase?
It does and it doesn't. It depends how you use it, and everyone has their own different motivational factors. I remember in 2020, I spoke in a press conference how I'll never forget losing 2020, and it might help me win another premiership, but I'll always feel like that's one that got away, and I feel like this one again. I'm grateful I got to win one in between, but I won't feel like that was an opportunity lost, and doesn't mean I won't be trying again, because I love football and I love winning, that we'll be trying to get that ultimate success again, but I am very disappointed that we let that one go and we didn't win that one, so I'll always be in the back of my mind as disappointing, but I'll try and use it as motivation also.
Of those two, obviously, just a couple of months since, but do you think this 2025 one will hurt more than the 2021 in the future, or is it hard to compare?
It's hard to compare. It hurts more now, but time always helps in those situations. 2020 is disappointing because of the situation we lived in also. You wanted to make that hub all worthwhile and that really good memory attached to it, but last year we kind of set ourselves up so perfectly, scores level at half time. It's just finishing off a game, we didn't do that, so that's going to hurt forever, but it doesn't mean I won't be okay, and I'm not okay today to attack training today and just be motivated and excited to play footy.
Have you reviewed that as a group yet, or is that probably to come?
I'd be surprised if we do, to be honest. We haven't ever in the past reviewed a grand final or a prelim loss that I've had in my time. It's kind of new year, new us kind of mentality. You bring in new faces that will change the way we play. I've always said that I don't play the same way each week, let alone each year. So I'm not too fussed on. There's individual moments that you'd want to take back, and I think you internally review those over the last 9 weeks. But now that we're on to next year, I don't think it really matters to what next week will look like.
You continue your upward trajectory with your footy. How do you maintain that and continue to be the consistent player that you've been over the last 3 or 4 years?
Changes, and I think the help of my teammates, the help of the coaches, putting me in new roles and seeing the way I've adapted, and then my role changing over time, a bit of midfield time at the end of last year, because I think that's what the team needed at the time, or that's what they thought. And then this year we've added Worpel, so maybe that will push me back to half forward, maybe push me out to a wing, maybe I'll stay in there, I don't know. But that's the kind of exciting part, is that I think I'm adaptable, that I can play in any of those positions and contribute, so then I don't rely on one thing, and my team doesn't rely on one thing. So very pleased with, that's how my career's kind of gone that way, is that I'm not stuck in one position or stuck in one role.
It's 8 years since you played with Worpel. How excited are you to be able to play with him again?
Yeah, it's been great. In the last week or so, been with him. We had dinner when I first got back to Australia, and it just kind of that feeling when you see an old mate again where nothing's changed, even though you've been apart from each other. So I think the way he's going to bring the leadership and that kind of barrier between our 30-year-olds and young boys, that we kind of need that little bit more support in that area as an inside mid that will help take the bruises but also lead the boys, and I think he ticks all those boxes for us.
Who's really impressed you in the first couple of days coming back?
Well, the first day I think you saw it was windy and disgusting, so there wasn't too many kicking too well, but Ollie Dempsey's come back running really well, Mitch Nevitt also. Some of the younger faces that I just can't wait to see how they blossom, and I talked about it last year where our first years aren't like our first years. It's our first year is our second years. So how they now come on this year and take their career to the next level, like Jay Polkinghorn, Jacob Mollier, and how that crew now puts their career on the map.
8 years into the system, you're one of the more senior boys on the list now. You probably still don't feel it, but do you provide advice to the youngsters coming in about how it was for you? And especially I suppose your first year was so tough before you were able to find your feet.
Yeah, definitely. It's such a crucial part of what the Geelong Football Club is about. Is that it's a full development process and not one size fits all. Like we have Tom Atkins and Sean Manor who come in and dominate their first year, but then there's Connor O'Sullivan, Sam DeConing, Shannon Neal, myself, Jack Henry, list goes on, Zach Guthrie, where we're all on different timetables and we've all come in and contributed at our own pace. And I think that's something that the young boys can lean on, is that it might not be your first week, it might not be your first month, but if you do the right things and you listen to the right people, your time will come.
On that long-term development process, the guys you drafted are probably more long-term, especially Harley Barker with the ACL. I mean, tell us a bit about them. I imagine you would watch a fair bit of their tape.
Yeah, it was awesome to actually be involved this year with the process and watch the draft and feel like you know the guys and meet them at the combine. So that was really exciting. I think Harley's going to be a special player. I love what he did throughout the year. I watched him live a few times up at Marvel and another place. So it was exciting to get him, and I think he's going to just play an amazing role on the wing for us. But then I think he's got a lot of scope in other areas too, which is how we like to use our players. Jesse Miller was exciting as they come. So I think when I was watching him, I saw a lot of myself throughout my under-18s year. So I'm excited for how I can help him and tune up to find his edges, and then hopefully get him into a full-time AFL area. I think he'll really blossom. Who else have we got? And Hunter. I think we all know what Hunter was able to bring. I don't think I'll need to coach Hunter too much as he's got Max on his side, but if we can turn him into half the player Max is, I think he's going to be a special player. And I know Hunter quite well as a person, that he's a really good person. I know he'll be able to do that.